Hi friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's session, I'm going to share you the frequently asked core Java entry questions and answers. So these entry questions and answers, irrespective of experience level, they may ask in technical round. So these entry questions helpful for Java developers as well as Selenium automation test engineers as well. So please be prepared before attending any technical round. So it might be helpful. So without wasting our time, so let's start. So the first question is, why string objects are mutable whereas string buffer objects are mutable? In case of string, several references pointing to the same object. By using one reference, if we change, the remaining references will be impacted. So to prevent this, once we created string object, we cannot perform any changes in the existing object. That is nothing but immutability. But in case of string buffer, for every requirement we are creating a separate object. So by using any reference, if we are performing any change in the object, the remaining references will not be impacted. The next question is, when should go for string and string buffer and string builder? If the content is fixed and will not change frequently, then recommended to go for string object, because for every change a new object will be created internally. If the content will change frequently, then choose string buffer, because all required change will be performed in the existing object only instead of creating new object. And also, if your requirement is thread safety, then string buffer is highly recommended. If the content will change frequently and thread safety is not required, then we should go for string builder. The next question is, can I call abstract method from non-abstract method? Yes, we can call abstract method from non-abstract method in a abstract class. The next question is, can we declare class as abstract class without abstract methods? Yes, we can declare class as abstract even though class does not contain any abstract method. Still, we can declare class as abstract if we don't want instantiation. That means abstract class can contain zero number of abstract method also. For example, every adapter class is abstract, but it does not contain any abstract method. The next question is, can final class contain abstract methods? No, final class cannot contain abstract methods, but abstract class can contain final methods. The next question is, what is the main difference between instance variable and static variable? In the case of instant variables, for every object, a separate copy of instant variables will be created. But in the case of static variable, for entire class, only one copy will be created and shared by every object of that class. The next question is, can we apply inheritance concept for static method? Yes, inheritance concept is applicable for static methods, including main method also. Hence, while executing a child class, if child does not contain main method, then the parent class main method will be executed. The next question is, explain public static void main string arg statement. So this is most asked entry questions. Okay, so we have to explain each and every access specifier and keyword. Okay, so public means it is a access modifier. So this method will accessible by any class. So once you declare public, you can access from anywhere. The next keyword, static, it is a keyword, it can be accessed without creating the instance of a class. The next one is void. So void defines the method which will not return any value. So it doesn't return anything. Okay. Then next one is main. It is the name of the method which is searched by JVM as a starting point for an application with a particular signature only. So it is the method where main execution starts. The next one is string args. So it is the parameter passed to the main method. The next question is what is the difference between collection.synchronize map and a concurrent hash map? When you make map thread safe by using collections.synchronize map, so it locks whole map object, but concurrent hash map does not lock the whole map, it just locks parts of it. The next question is when we should go for array list and linked list. If your application requirement is more search operation, then array list is the best choice. If your application requirement is frequent addition and deletion operation, then linked list is the best choice. The next question is what do you know about final keyword, or you can say explain something about final keyword. Final is a special keyword. It can be used in different contexts. When the final keyword is used with a variable, then its value cannot be changed once assigned. When a method is declared final, then it cannot be overridden by inheriting class. When a class is declared as a final in Java, it cannot be extended by any subclass, but it can extend other class. The next question is what is the difference between checked exception and unchecked exception? The exceptions which are checked by compiler for smooth execution of program at runtime is called checked exception. It means if a method is throwing a checked exception, then it should handle the exception using try catch block, or it should declare the exception using throws keyword. Otherwise, the program will give a compilation error. Examples for checked exceptions are IO exceptions, class not found exception, SQL exception. Whereas the unchecked exceptions are raised, the exceptions which are not checked by compiler are called unchecked exception. So examples for unchecked exceptions are null pointer exception, array index out of bound exception, illegal argument exception, illegal state exceptions. The next question is difference between set and list. List allow duplicate elements, but set does not allow duplicates. List allow null elements, but set will allow only one null element. List can maintain insertion order based on index, whereas set is unordered collection. So that means it doesn't maintain any insertion order. The next question is what is the difference between hash map and a hash table? Hash map allows null for both key and value, but hash table does not allow null for both key and value. Hash map methods are not synchronized, but hash table all methods are synchronized. Hash map performance is high, but hash table performance is low. The next question is how to make a collection thread safe. So if you follow the following methods, take collection as parameter and return same type of collections, so that are synchronized and thread safe. So these are the methods to make collection as thread safe. Collections dot synchronize list, parameter we are passing list, and similarly set and map. The next question is when to use hash map and tree map. Tree map is a special form of hash map. It maintains the ordering of keys which is missing in the hash map class. This ordering is by default is called natural ordering. So the default ordering can be override by providing an instance of comparator class. So whose compare method will be used to maintain ordering of keys. Hash map duplicate keys are not allowed, but values can be duplicated. So insertion order is not preserved and it is based on hash code of the keys. The next question is what is synchronized method and synchronized block? Synchronized is a keyword and it is applicable for methods and blocks, but not for classes and variables. If a method is declared as synchronized, then at a time only one thread is allowed to execute that method on the given object. What about synchronized block? If very few lines of the code require synchronization, then it is not recommended to declare entire method as synchronized. So we have to enclose those lines of the code within synchronized block, so that reduce the waiting time of the thread and improves the performance of the system. The next question is, what is deadlock? If two threads are waiting for each other forever, such type of infinite waiting is called deadlock. The next question is, what is difference between default access specifier and protected access specifier? Default means if you are not declare any specifier before methods and variables, such type of specifiers are nothing but default. So default members are visible in other classes as well, but in the same package only. Within the package only, all data default members are visible, whereas protected is the same as default only, but if a class extends, then it is visible even if it is outside of the package. Okay, so these data members are also visible outside of the package. Okay, so there are a number of entry questions, core Java entry questions are there, like difference between method overloading and method overriding, difference between constructor and method. Okay, so difference between encapsulation and abstraction. So there are a number of questions are there in my in our YouTube channel, in our playlist, so please check it out. Okay, so if you really like this video, hit the like button and also share to your friends also. So thank you for watching.